Hello. If only you guys could see all of the things that I see, you'd understand why I keep coming up here to have dinner on the roof. So I made our favorite caprese sandwich. And I went to excuse me. Woo, sorry. I don't buy paper towels, so that's why I just have that one or whatever. So tonight we have a gallant, excuse me, oh my god, granite. I don't know who the Bassian family is. It's probably like a white South African family, but it's from Cape Town. Aged and bottled by Stefan Bassin. Thank you, Stefan. You are my hero. I appreciate my wine with dinner. So, if some of you don't know, I watch Democracy Now! Every morning. This is how I get the news. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very sweet. Wow, that's good. This is how I learn about what's going on in the world. And today, the topic was the famine happening in Somalia and Ethiopia. Now, it made me very sad because according to the politicians in the area, if there's not immediate action in the area to help, it looks like 55 million people are gonna die of starvation. And this is sad for so many reasons. The people that are going to die are going to be African, they're going to be black. And, here I am in a space where I'm not starving. Here I am in a space where I have, not only am I not starving, I literally go to the food pantry every day to get free shit, a whole box every day. That frees up a lot of my disposable income to buy wine. I don't need to buy food, I just buy wine. That entire meal costs I don't know, it's got a lot of cheese on it, so maybe it's more expensive, but I don't know. I guess something that came up that I was kind of thinking about is sort of philanthropic ventures. This is a part of wealth hoarding that I think is just it's so awful, there's so many people in Silicon Valley who are so rich. Why don't I hear Elon Musk talking about donating money to Somalia as 55 million people are going to die? So he doesn't care about those people? Only about electric cars, huh? I guess if you're Mark Andreessen, only white lives matter. So, it's very hard because it's you try to put these things into context. I'm not, or even Diddy or any of the other black billionaires, Jay-Z, Beyonce, you guys have so much money. Why aren't you donating any money at all to philanthropic efforts, to people who would like to go and help feed starving people in Somalia? And I guess that's when as I think about it more, I just realize I care, and I think it might be only me. There's not a bunch of us who care. It's me. I care. Even African people who are here, I don't think they give a shit either. I think they're trying to find meaning in other people. They're looking around being oh, nobody here cares, so then I'm not supposed to care. Yeah, well, if everyone does that, then it really does end up being no one who cares. And I've got to say, for a very long time, growing up, I didn't understand Africa as a continent, the problems that black people in Africa are facing, what the poverty looked like. I didn't have terms and words for poverty. Like, I think I was reading about this yesterday, but poverty is like a study for the rich. Like, rich people can study poverty in their off time because they're not living in poverty. People who are living in poverty, most often, they don't know that they're living in poverty. Because, like, most often, single people in the developed world aren't living in poverty. And if you are, it's like, it's not like that hard to get out unless you're like struggling from like drug addiction or something. But if you're not struggling from like drug addiction, then you could literally just get any job and like, you know, focus on your education, improve the amount of skills and education that you have, and then pull yourself out of poverty. At this point, I feel like that is actually a very defined path. But also, there's just the regular defined path to like the American middle class, which is just go to school, get a public education, take it seriously, like as in do the homework, read the books, show up, participate in the system, then go to college, do it again, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, that's it. And for most people who did that, they're not living in poverty. Don't get me wrong, because they're probably like on the losing end of capitalism, right? Like, we are all sitting here forced to contribute, including me, and I don't want to either, but here I am. And it's just like, I don't know. It's hard. It's difficult. I'm gonna send some emails out tonight, though, just asking if there are any philanthropic, you know, capitalists who would be willing to invest in someone who just wants to go feed the starving people in Somalia and maybe collect some data around it. Like, it's just like for so little money, you could do so much, you know? I think part of it also is just being familiar with what the problem is. I've got to recognize my own privilege in so many ways because, like, I am one of those people who studied poverty. And when I think about it, I've never actually, like, lived in poverty. I'm pretty close now, but I believe that if you're in America or in the developed world, like in Canada or somewhere else, you gotta use your ticket, especially if you're in a black body. You gotta, like, use your ticket to get yourself an education. Or, you know, if it is that you really would like to make music or something, do it. But, like, utilize what you have to, like, occupy some space. To have, like, a message. I think that's important. I just feel so tired. And I feel like unfortunately for me, there's just been an overwhelming number of tragedies that have happened in such a short period of time, and I I had to bounce back from those. I certainly couldn't focus on international poverty problems or anything in tech, right? Because I was trying really hard to stay alive. And that was exhausting. That was exhausting. Um, Everything. Adulting, life is technically all we need, but also life is exhausting. Like, I'm tired. And I know for sure I'm not the only one who's like tired. I'm not the only one who's tired. And there's all these weird things about being this tired. Like, I don't want to feel like I I don't know, man. Like, I want to talk fully about all the lessons that I've learned in adulthood because I think that eventually they will help other people. I also don't feel ready to tell the story. It's very difficult to tell a story about a tragedy that's still happening, right? Because it's like the story isn't over. It's like currently happening, you know? That is very pretty. Wow. Well, for the many stories of abject poverty that are happening in Africa, there's also, like I said, an upper class of people who are living and working in Africa now and are doing very well. And I found a new show that covers the lives of those people. And everyone seems very happy. Everyone is doing very well. And I feel like I just hope that I save enough money this year to accomplish the goals that I have. Also, I'm really happy that at this point in my life, I feel alive enough to go outside. For a while, I definitely wasn't there. I'm gonna go get my light and my other portable charger, and we're gonna get some light and come right back.